I'm
It's
just gonna
possible
stream
only
it.
on Skype, so
I'm just streaming it now,
you're
so
streaming it.
that's easier than trying to.
Just let me
Everybody
enter
can
you.
see the drama now. I got a fixed pip spread. I chose a fixed pip of 1. I'm on the 1 minute chart, and I'm playing it back. Let me see. So I yeah, it traded really hard when the market really moved hard.
Yeah, that's right. And it the more is the better for the EA to trade.
Here, I got to intervene on my audio
Man, I don't
settings
hear
here.
you.
I
I
know I'm
don't
not
hear you.
talking.
Quite good.
I got to edit my audio.
Okay, it's going better now. So when you gonna begin your stream? So you began.
It's on right now, I think.
Okay. Oh,
I just got to
yeah.
I got to change my audio settings in here because whatever the last program that used my audio, it just grabs hold of it. So I always have to re-edit. Yeah, so it's not trading right now, but I'd have to start it over and hurry up and throw in the. Okay, so I traded a lot on this 1 bar. So I'm doing a 1 minute chart, but I want to do the 5 minute chart. I think it could slow it down in time. So if I go back here, I'm going to go back like a month. So I'm going to run this. Hurry up and throw my template in so I can see it trade. It should be able to. What's up?
It doesn't work on 1 pip spread. It's too large. Half a pip is better.
Yeah, well, I'm just gonna try to do a real world. I'm gonna give it a worst case scenario. So if it's robust enough, it should be able to handle it. I got a gap open here at the beginning of the session here, so this is when the market gap opened or something. The last month when it gap opened on a Sunday night. I don't know if you remember that. It was great if you're on the trade. So yeah, I'm using my ATR template. I'm a trader's way. Let me speed this up. I want to see it execute. Don't really have a good data set here. So let me go to the. I wait for it to take a trade here. I wait for it to get past this gap open so the scale isn't so smashed up. I'm going to speed it up 1 notch here from 30 to 31. 31 to 32 makes a big difference. And then I want to back it down. I can see it trade.
It's not trading for 1. Yeah, it's trading for 1 a.m.
We got to get past this volatility problem. Okay, now it's trading heavy. It just traded heavy for some apparent reason. But because there's a lot of volatility, it was triggered. The chart's fucked up till we pass this gap open. It's when it held over the weekend in the wrong direction there. You got your doors blown off. I remember that. It was last month. They crushed your nuts if you were short into the weekend. See, that's another thing. I mean, you know, you'd have to turn that thing off on a Friday, I'm sure. Here we go. So here's where it made an ass load of money. Was here it kind of chased on stops. So it's triggered by the volatility of that. Okay, here's the problem.
Okay, tell me.
For me, what I'm trying to build is a robot that gets in before this drama. It doesn't chase it. So this thing is execution dependent like a horror. That's why it makes so much money in this situation. And it might do good on demo, but like I said, that would be the problem with the broker. Would have like they're gonna deny your stop because you're chasing in front of the market by the server lag between it throwing out the buy stop and it's like, okay, the broker's like that price doesn't exist anymore. That price doesn't. What they're going to tell you is only because I've hit hotkeys on scripts that are saying by one stop above, and the broker will deny that order because it is that price doesn't exist anymore. You've got Okay, you see that trade on your platform. That price doesn't exist anymore. Now you're going to put a buy stop 1 pip above. They're going to go, dude, you got to be 3 pips above. Just like this. You see where it just made money here? This sell off. It's kind of an unrealistic, like this is so execution dependent, this robot. What I'm thinking of is a robot that's looking at, say, a 1 hour, a half hour, narrow range, and it's stacking up buy and sell stops on either side, and then it takes an explosion out of that. In other words, it's in on the breakout. This thing is, you can see it just chased it on the 5-minute. So that's the only thing I see that it should be going long right now. On my system, it would be going long right now because it's breaking out. Right, and the trigger is all those little baby candles on the 5. You know, so I would trade. I want the robot to trade like I trade. We see a big, and look at this thing's not being triggered unless we catch some threshold coefficient that you set in. Okay, just did a little trade there, just one little trade there. See what I mean? So in a way, it's more of a chase bot than a breakout bot. This thing sees a big move, it's like it's all in, you know. God, you type like a fucking madman. We got to get you a soft click keyboard. It sounds like you're beating up little plastic soldiers. Yeah, this thing's abusive to the. That's correct. You would abuse your broker with this bot. But look how much money it made on that one scalp, right? So it's just very scalp. It's looking for that power move. It's looking for a. You're hockey, right? You're a hockey guy. Are you the hockey guy?
What?
Oh, you're not the hockey guy. The other guy is Vantage, right? You don't play hockey, right? Do you play hockey?
I don't play hockey in my country.
Oh, they don't allow it. What, the nanny state? Too many puck injuries? Too many puck injuries? They outlaw it? You're not allowed to You're not allowed to play hockey in Germany?
I don't live in Germany.
Too many puck
Moldavia.
injuries. Latvia?
Moldova.
Oh yeah.
Republic of Moldova.
That's where all the hot
European
chicks
country.
are. Chicks are hotter there, aren't they? The Eastern European girls look ready to breed to me. Oh shit! Let me go to my. Yeah, so
I've tested the bot with quality, so it's going profitable even on forward tests. But it's abusive, so it sends too many server messages.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the thing, you know. Broker abuse has been going up, and I heard the nanny state. That's why they want to increase the deposit and lower the leverage. You know, that's why that's going on, right? It's because of the broker abuse. The brokers have lobbied for. They need a safe space, so they want more money on deposit. Brokers. How about I get a bumper? Do you have bumper stickers on your cars over there? Like you should have a bumper sticker that says "Stop Broker Abuse." It's got like a ECN logo.
Broker killer.
Yeah, right. And like stop the National Alliance for the Ethical Treatment of Brokers. How about the International Alliance? We have to have an acronym first, like right. Yeah, so we have to backward engineer it. We come up with a word that's funny, and then we design the it gets. Let me see if I can come up with one here. I'm gonna need an analog piece of paper for this. I can't hold that much shit in my head at one time. Here, no, it's gonna be the what would you call it? It has to have some vowels in there, right? Yeah, international. So we'll start with an I. So we'll call it What she would call a team, because there's no I in team. Shit, my pencil doesn't work.
Do you hear me right now? ProForex Live said so to decrease my sensitivity of. I just made the opposite.
What's that? You gonna trade? You gonna fade the robot? Oh, the comments on the stream or the comments in Discord?
Yeah, no, the comments of the top chat on YouTube.
Right. Yeah. So it says here we got Yo here. I got the code card, and then we got you, Forex trader, right?
Yeah.
Barely trades and then gets in heavy. Yeah, I think it's a chase spot. The way it behaves. So ProForex Live guy.
Not on high.
What keyboard is that? Made from wood, plastic. Huh. Yeah, right. Yeah. What are you hammering on? Is that a Dell keyboard? It sounds like that Dell keyboard that comes with the computer. That's like it's like you could throw it at somebody and they wouldn't even know that it hit them. Or you need to get one of those. You need to get one of those keyboards that you roll out. The kinds that they just roll up into like a.
I don't have any idea
what kind of keyboard are you typing on? Is that the Dell?
Wooden. It's made from plastic.
It's got wood keys. Is it like vintage? It's from the 80s. You're so 80s. Remember that guy said it was so 80s. You're so 80s. You got like an 80s. Are you typing with like a Game Boy controller? Yeah, I think it would get, yeah, so you want me to skip to the end on the I wanted to see it trade though. I'm trying to get an idea of what it would be like to watch it trade. Would I shit my pants? Oh my god, it's taking another fucking crazy chase trade.
What settings do you use for EA?
Well, I've actually got this set. I got this set to 10 pips. If I put, there's no way to get another problem here is I can't get a floating. The problem.
Just.
Yeah, but in other words, this doesn't take into account. What are you testing it on? What spread do you choose?
Half a pip.
Okay, that's why you're making all that money. You realize that you're cheating, right? I mean, you realize that if I put, like here, I got a robot in here that if I put it in here, you'd be like, holy shit, does that thing kill it? And it doesn't stack up. My robot kills it, and it's not trading a percentage of count, it's trading a static number. Okay. So here, let me show you. Let's see if I can get it in here. Okay. Inside of my Uniglobe, I've got various robots that I wrote versions of the same. And this is very crude strategy. It's cruder than yours by far. All it does is it doesn't even care about direction. Like yours doesn't, you said either, but this has not even got, it's just, here, of course, it's going to perform different on a different broker. So if you took your robot and you ran it on a different data set with a different spread, it really, you see, the problem is that you're not taking into account, okay, the reason why your robot's making money is because you get a fixed pip spread. In the real world, the spread floats on an ECN. That's why you'd have to put it on a fixed pip spread broker that's 2 pips. So what you need to do is find a broker that will give you 1 to 2 pips fixed spread. Build your robot upon a fixed pip broker. It also presupposes your order is going to make it to the broker in time, and he's not going to deny your chase the market trading strategy that you're doing there. You're chasing the market. You can see when it makes a ton of money, it's because the market explodes and it starts to pile into that trade. So that's another consideration. I mean, a lot of this stuff, you know, you'd have to really be aware of the real-world execution is not like back testing or demo, right? I can build a robot. Take MACD that comes with, take moving average that comes with MT4. Okay, put the spread at 0.1. In other words, put the spread at 0.01, or put it like you had at half a pip, and tell the moving average crossover system to get in. When the 1 crosses the 2, it makes so much money at a 45-degree angle. Okay, because you just told it if it's going up buy, if it's going down sell, and it's trading at the market. Okay, I can do it right. I could do it right now. I could take the MT4 robot on any data set, preferably the 5-minute chart, and tell it as soon as the 1 period crosses over, as soon as it starts going up buy, if I give it a half a pip spread in MT4, it'll make a mountain of money. And some guy, I did a video on it, and the guy said, "I need that bot." He says in the comments, "I need that bot. Please email it to me right now." And I said, "Dude, it's a fantasy bot, because it's saying there's no spread, there's no commissions. If it's going up, I'm a buyer. If it's going down, I'm a seller." And I had a fixed pip stop and a fixed pip take profit. I don't think it ran a trailing stop, and it made a pant load of money because of that, because of the unreal world conditions. Yeah, in a perfect world, right? But I don't know. You'd have to run that, like you said, I think on a cent account. Put $100 in a cent account and let it go for it. And if it makes money, the broker doesn't freak out about the high frequency that it's trading. Let's just let it trade the 15-minute chart then. I mean, don't force it onto a 1-minute chart and expect the broker to not email you and say, "We shut down your account," which they will do. They'll put your account in timeout till you turn off your robot. In the real world, you know.
I don't think they can read the code. The broker can read our code.
No, I'm not saying they're reading your code. No, I'm not saying they read your code. If I trade that way manually, they'll tell me to stop it.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, if I sat here and just kept hitting the market order key, well, they probably wouldn't mind the market order key because they're getting paid right away. They're guaranteed to get paid. But if I started stacking up, I'm just saying that I've done it before. I put a bunch of pendings in a broker and they turn me off. They go, "You got too many fake orders," they call them. They go, "You're spamming us." Okay. So you could overtrade. You could abuse their terminal. Easy.
Yes, because you're sending too many signals.
Yeah, you're sending too many requests, and I'm waiting for this broker's crashing right now. I don't have enough memory to run MT4. Waiting for it to stop not responding. I never had this problem with the old MT4s, but when they made MT4 so that the file system had a deeper root, this is what happens when you decide you want to get a deeper root on your folders to organize. Your program crashes. Same thing if you're listening to tunes in your car. Unless you put all the tunes in the root directory, if there's a directory it has to go to, now it has to sort all that shit from the other shit. So the idea of being organized is a double-edged sword. They really fucked it. The MT4 is. They really fucked it up when they made the separate subdirectories. It crashes like a whore now. Just loading it, it's looking for a fast computer now. As the structure gets more complex, you need a more powerful computer. Unfortunately, can't run. We can't run Windows 3.1. I mean, Windows 3.1 with 16 gig of RAM, it can't even say 16 gig of RAM. So everything's like chasing. There's another chase there going on too. Hardware's sometimes ahead of the software. Software is typically ahead of the hardware now because people are running and writing insane shit that'll only run on a fucking rack mount 40 core Dell. But so here I'm gonna run my magic bot here because otherwise I got to transfer all the bots. I spent about, I'd say, 20 hours on this robot, and I just found this robot for free out there, and I just kind of like made a bunch of different versions of it. You know, that was my only kind of answer to the problem. So basically, a strategy tester, which is hit Control R, and so the last robot I ran in here was just the Almighty Expert. I don't know if that was yours. Was yours the Almighty Expert originally? Uh-oh, you're gone. Is that your original
No,
name for this thing? Or is that somebody else that sent me that, the Almighty Expert?
no, it's my original name.
Okay.
It's self-made,
Right, so,
but it's not the code.
see, I know that
You
this,
know,
here's a
it's
8
not.
pip stop. So here, I'm going to run an 8 pip stop. I'm sorry, 8 pip trailing stop, initial 12 with a 26 take profit. Now, this is my version of your breakout bot. I'm going to run this on the,
Okay.
I'm going to run it on the 1 hour chart because I think it gets its ass kicked on the lower time frames. So I'm running that. I'm going to throw my template in here, try to slow it down, get the template in before it starts to play back.
So my question to you is, it has the same spread on euro dollar as on demo account.
What's that?
Does your real account on the globe has the same spread on euro dollar as on demo
I'm not
account?
running real there. I haven't put any money. I'm just running pure demo there now. I'm only trading real at FX Glory and Profi Forex and
Yeah,
a
Profit
bunch of
Forex
other
would be
guys.
great.
A bunch of other guys. I don't really trade. I mean, I could trade a cent account like FX Grand Capital out of Russia. That guy's pretty cool. I think he's got modern gear. I mean, his deposit method is mobile, so he's very. He's a young guy. He just started like 10 years ago. 8 years ago. Grand Capital. I talked to him on Skype. So actually, he talked. You could talk to the guy instead of chatting through the window. But yeah, you know, here, look at this. So here's my robot trading. Let me speed it up a little bit.
Can I just show the graphic how the deposit is growing?
Right. No, I saw that. Yeah, go ahead.
Just increase, yeah, you increase the speed
See
and
here
show
now.
us the
Here, this
graphic.
is short. Watch this run a trailing stop. This is just trading one position. This is trading. Actually, it's trading 2 standard lots right here. So look, I won right out of the
Wow.
gate. Right. So I won right out of the gate. I just got to win. And what's the logic here is that it's waiting for a delta to trade. This is not the other robot I was running the other day. This is the one that I found on the internet, and I changed the settings. So it just took a scalp there,
Wow.
right? It just took one trade. So this code's all. It should be. I think I put the ATR bot. So what I did was I wrote 20 versions of this robot with all different settings. And like I said, if I had the time, which I'd rather, the thing is that you have to have the time to load all these robots. This is a pure non-directional bot here. It just literally trades. It gets in before the breakout. Yours is actually chasing into the breakout. So also this has a fixed pip take profit. So that's the problem that you'd have to have. So here in my expert advisors, I call it ATR bot. Now here's the 5 pip stop. So
Well, you can code the
I
trailing
got
stop
see how
to
many
take
bots
partial profit.
see how many ATR bots I wrote. Now some of these are trading 1Ks, but now if you look at the this is a initial 10 pip stop with a 5 pip trailing, looking to make 8 pips. Now that's not a very good ratio. Now I could run that in conjunction with this so that it can take advantage of the fake breakout. Like it would just scalp that first, so I could have a bad ratio running. But if most of these ratios are good, now the most greedy bot I have on here is initial 50 pip stop, 30 trailing to make 100. Now, if I trade that on the 4-hour chart, it'll make a bunch of money, right? Because it's looking for a big, in other words, you have to have different robots on different time frames. Now, you got to realize this robot right now, I'm telling you that the market, that the spread never gets worse than 1 pip. It takes trades based on that. Now, if you had this trade a percentage of account, it would make more money than your robot, probably because it would be pyramiding the account. This is not. This is literally a fixed size on each ticket. It doesn't know how much money's in the account. There's no awareness in this robot of what's in the account. And this is why if you were to trade this as if it was people you were telling to do your trade plan, listen, when the market's quiet, I want you to bracket it with a buy and sell stop and call me in the morning. In other words, if you had a real human trading it, he could, and if you followed the orders, but this way you could see what's going on and you'd be like, this robot's, he's on the 15, he's trading with a 5 pip stop. This other guy's on the 4-hour with a 50 pip stop, and you've got one trading account, but you got 10 robots trading one currency on one broker, and it's not over trading it. It's really just waiting for, and then you could have your robot that's trading on the, it's chasing. But you couldn't live off of one robot is what I'm saying. There's no fucking way there is like the robot, See, this thing just took a hit here, right? It's impossible. Think about it, right? I mean, you just can't have like an everyman robot because the markets are too dynamic. What if the market starts to move 300 pips a day on the euro? It's possible.
Oh, that's too huge.
But no, look at it. It's happened. You would go into a losing streak and you would just crush everything you just made. You might have made 1,200%, but now you're down 2,400%. And now your equity is as X, right? This is getting in on stop entry, this robot right here we're watching trade. So it looked really hopeful out of the gate there. Now I'm going to fast forward through all the data. And see how it's making money. See how it's making money. Now this is not trading a percentage account. This is trading a static stop with a trailing money management, and this is proof that trailing stops protect your equity. Okay, so this is going back. You know what I'm saying? In other words, if you run a trailing stop, a lot of these profits we're seeing is getting stopped out in profits, not experiencing the full range of my target maybe. And watch, it'll start getting killed near the end here because the dynamics of the market change. So it might get killed near the end of this thing. I mean, it might recover. But if you opened your account on the time that's getting its ass kicked, you just blew up like a real money account. And this is not pyramiding. This is a static amount. It can't see how much money's in the account. Look how much money it's making. Now imagine it was trading even a little bit of an increase in martingale. Yours is kind of martingaling or something. Yours is doing like, not martingaling, but it's trading a percentage of account. But I can run this thing on the 4-hour chart, and it looks like if I run this on the DAX if I run this a 0 pip on the DAX, it makes more money than Jesus could ever think. It's just unbelievable. Like if I run a tight spread on the DAX, it's like killing it because the DAX goes into a move.
Yes, tight spread, but DAX is having 1 point, so it's like 100 pips. 100 mini points of spread on DAX.
So this is I'm only going back 2 years here. I'm on the 1-hour chart. So, and this is only trying to make, this robot is literally only trying to make, and what I did is I named the robot. See, here's another thing. I named the robot the trade plan. We get in with initial 12 pip stop, looking to make 26 pips on 2 standard lots with an 8 pip trailing stop, and this is what that looks like if you're a non-directional trader. So now I'm at 40 grand in 2 years trading standard lot. It doesn't know how much money's in the account. The only money management is the 8 pip trailing stop. It gets in on stop entry. The delta is the key here. How far away are your buy and sell stops? If your delta is too wide, it's going to get whipsawed and trapped. So in a breakout mechanical strategy, your delta is critical, your broker's fill is critical in the real world money trade, right? I don't know. It'd be fun to see. I'd say open a PAM account, launch about 10 of these guys in a PAM account, And then you could sit there and fine tune one robot while the other one's making money. You'd have time actually. Don't forget the people that say this guy here, FX Grumpy or Gumpy, whatever he says. His comment comes from the psychology of like, if that easy, everybody do it. Well, guess what? Having 10 robots to maintain is as much work as manually trading the fucking market. And what you'll find out is that it makes your manual trading easier because you're like, okay, I can see what a robot would think. And actually, the benefit of trading a robot isn't running the robot, it's seeing how the robot trades and going, could I trade like that? And you don't believe it's possible to make money with a trailing money management stop. If you don't believe money management makes money, just run a money management robot and you'll see it does make money. Because it's limiting its profits by managing with a trailing stop to lock in profits. But if you have like you have this $1.80, right? $1.80 in 5 years in the euro. Okay, but along the way, you got to get the hell out because what if the market backs up against you even the slightest amount, right? And the guy that makes money is the guy that goes, oh, I got stopped out with a profit. Looks like, oh, look at me, I made money. And the other guy's, dude, he hasn't hit your big Gartley profit yet. Okay, but the guy that's waiting for the Gartley profit may blow up the account before he sees it because he's in so heavy he can't handle the volatility on the way to that glorious Gartley target, right? So obviously, if you really wanted to load into it, that's why you could run an Ascent account and it can handle an immense drawdown and then it can make it back. Because the Ascent account can handle more punishment with $1,000 by a factor of 10 times. That's a lot. And so, but Ascent accounts have shitty spreads. They're retail goober shit. But you'd also have to put that in. It's a difference between the wind tunnel. Like there's a wind tunnel test on how fast the car will go. But if you take it out to the salt flats, guess what? What if it's a windy day? You just fucked up all your idealistic math in your wind tunnel. So your wind tunnel testing this shit on the EAs. Okay, I got it. The logic works, but so if I take this robot that I just tested and look how much money it just made. If I take this to the 4-hour chart, it'll blow your mind. A half a pip spread, 4-hour chart, same robot. Now it's going to make so much money. You're gonna want to invest with me. When you see how much money this makes on the 4-hour, because now it's going to undertrade. It's not going to take bad breakouts now. It's going to take premium. And the logic, your robot has so much overhead. Well, when I back test your robot, because it's getting in so heavy for just 5 minutes out of nowhere, it takes longer to test. This is very clean bot. This will test very quickly, but so look at that. We made 46 grand there in 2 years, and we'll see how much it makes here on the 4-hour chart. Same data set.
You said that Cent account spreads, but what about Profit Forex Cent account? I've seen that they have ECN spreads.
Yeah, that's actually, they have really good spreads. I traded there. The only problem is they shut down the financial gateways, so I couldn't use Skrill anymore. So I have to come in with Bitcoin in there.
Oh.
Bitcoin Visa. In other words, you'd have to have a Bitcoin wallet. You'd have to have something where you could use a debit card that would give you a Bitcoin clearinghouse. And you're going to have to pay like 5% to get but I don't care about that. I don't care about deposit fees and withdrawal fees because I'm a trader. Like I don't order stuff off of eBay worried about the shipping. That's just the cost of life is shipping and handling and taxes. So, but hey, yeah, the pro fee or IKO. IKO is a Cent account.
Can you type in the comments in the top chat?
What, for the broker?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll
the name of the broker.
Yeah, I know you can trade there because see, you're in Europe, so I know you can trade there. And you may think these are you call them what you want, dude, but no, there's 10 Cent accounts on the planet. Okay, so here, watch this thing trade on the 4-hour. Look at this thing trade on the 4-hour. It kills it. It makes more money in the 4-hour. So I'm gonna fast forward to the end of the. I'm pretty sure it kills it on the 4-hour here.
I see, but I would like to have tight spreads on Cent account. if you can recommend.
I don't know how tight this. They might be fixed spreads, and if they are fixed, the euro dollar, the worst fixed spread I've ever seen is 3 pips on the euro, but I can live with that if. In other words, it doesn't matter on the 4-hour chart. 3 pips, you can't see 3 pips on a 4-hour chart. Like, you really have to stretch your scale out, you know. But this is a broker I used back before they kicked me out, right? And I think this is a successful broker because they're still around, okay? And if you don't mind that your order doesn't make it to the real Forex market, I mean, this is the dumbest shit I've heard in my life. You know, your order's really not hitting the real liquidity pool. You know, Bill Gates, I mean, Soros can't see your ticket. Oh, I didn't even think about that.
No, he can't.
No, he can't. It sounds more official when you say it with your accent. No, he can't. Yeah, here's what's wrong with people, man? Okay,
Well, I don't know.
We just had an ice storm and my neighbor's shoveling your driveway. Is she fucking retarded? It's 35 degrees out. I mean, it's going to melt in about an hour. You can't make it out of the driveway?
Oh, the article is not found. I can't see the broker page.
Really? Here, let me delete
the ICO.
Here, let me just delete the fucking heading off that thing.
I'm sorry,
try this.
But
try this. You probably blocked in your country. Some nanny state fucker came in and tried to save you. Here.
I see now. Yeah. Nice.
No, they have 5-digit ECN. I think they have. Here, let me see what they have for the. I'm going to go to account types here. Okay, traders area. So here's the. Because I used to trade on my phone here with a cent account back in the heyday. Before they tried to save everybody from themselves. Here, compare account types. So here's the comparison table. I'm a big fan of using brokers as opposed to walking around with a briefcase of money. So yeah, you have 1,001 leverage on a cent account here, right? Now the spread here.
I think that's too much. 1 to 500 is.
Well, whatever. It doesn't matter. Yeah. It doesn't matter. The leverage doesn't matter. It's how much your stops losses, right?
It somehow has an impact to my EA.
Because your EA is saying your EA thinks that the free equity. In other words, the reason why it affects your robot is because your robot's saying, "Look at all the extra equity we have available." Right? It's seeing the equity and thinking, "Oh, we can use this for our trading now." Yeah, I get it, right? But if you're trading a static stop loss, leverage doesn't matter, right? You're trading for money. Yeah. You're not trading for use other people's money. The robot's going to see the free margin and think that it's usable equity. No, not at 1,001. It's not. So yeah, you don't have to trade. You can go and trade, but on the cent account, you just tell the robot instead of trading 10% of the account, tell it 1%. In other words, adjust your robot so it doesn't get all giddy about the extra equity that it sees in free margin. Because your unused equity that you don't have in a trade right now, it's going to misconstrue that as being free for you. But see, your contract size is $100 in the cent account. You're trading $10,000 of a penny. So your trades will be executing at $100 instead of $1K now in the IKO cent account. Plus, they're going to let you trade gold and silver at 1,001 leverage. I think I want that trade because most brokers will reduce your leverage on gold and silver. But hey, these guys have been around for fucking... I mean, they've been around for, I think, 10 years, easy. They made it through the depegging of the Swiss franc. They must be doing something right. And plus, they're really robotic. Like, when you get to the site, it's just you and there's nobody picking up the phone going, yeah, what do you want now? Like, what's the problem? Like, this is how it is. I think they're out of Russia, I would say. Or they're out of Cyprus, maybe? Let me see. Where are these guys from? Like, you can't get your money in there unless you know somebody offshore. Let's see, contact us. Okay, so they're in some place I can't pronounce. They're in the UK. That's a phone number, but looks like they had headquartered that somewhere else. They're probably not even. I don't even know if they're regulated, which is even better. I'm surprised they don't take people from the United States anymore because being deregulated. But they probably just don't want the United States coming after. It looks like UK. Your corporate profile about us. Let's see. I love how they.
So why I can download the
They're highly professional.
MetaTrader 4. I can download the MT4 from ProfiForex. Why? Why it's not possible?
Wait, in the chat window or in the stream? Are you talking about Discord comment?
To Discord?
Is that who? What are you reading from?
Okay. I just wrote.
Okay, now I'm going to put the greedy bot in here on the 4-hour chart. I'm using a 12 pip trailing stop, looking to make 22 initial stop. The ratio here is, I hear this is even better. How about a 20 pip initial stop, 50 pip take profit, 10 pip trailing, run on the 4-hour. I'm going to pick a bad spread at 10 pips here fixed. It's going to trade every fucking minute, I think. It doesn't let up. Yeah, so they have the island status. If you're on an island, I guess you can just buy the island and create your own government. I don't know. You should be able to download it.
Yeah, I should.
Are you on an Apple computer? Are you running Windows or
Windows 7?
Yeah, you should be able to do it. I just lost my. Here it is. Let's see. Straight through processing, no dealing desk. Yes, I don't know what the actual. Get to the information on the site here. What are they saying as far as I'm looking for the see, everybody runs.
Can you please mail me the MT4 for ProfiForex in mail?
Here, I'll say.
You didn't hear me?
Why doesn't it download?
No, I need the MT4 from ProfiForex. If you have it.
You can't make it to the site?
No, I can't. I can.
Well, the government restrict
Forex
you?
start.
Yeah, Forex starts same thing. Forex starts the same thing.
Yeah, Forex start.
Right.
I can select the server to connect to the ProfiForex sent account.
Yeah, you're probably going to trade. Well, I think that Start is the core, and Profi's a white label of Start. Like Start is the broker, right? And Profi was designed so Americans could use it. It's a white label. Servers are in New York City, and I think since they're in Shelley's or they're in St. Vincent out there, so they got the plus they're not regulated. See, that's the only place I trade is unregulated brokers.
I don't care about I don't care about regulation. I just care about just my EA on a real account.
Oh yeah, no, I'm just trying to make money. I don't care about. It doesn't make any sense, right? Here, I can't imagine you can't download this thing here. It should go here. Here's the fucking link. I'm putting it in the chat window here.
Oh, I couldn't find the MT4. The requested
Doesn't that
URL wasn't found on the server. Go to the main page. So I don't have it. Okay. Unfortunately.
Oh, I see. Right. That says you can't get to it here. I guess you have to go to Start Forex.
I could go before, but now I can't.
I think because of the weekend, they turn their servers off. So,
why?
For maintenance. They're probably backing up their servers. They don't have a mirrored site, so they just, you know.
Do you think they will change the spreads, Diana?
Well, the ECN, it gets very wide, but it gets very tight when, you know, they have a 4 decimal account you can run cent to. I think you can do cents on a 4 decimal.
No, I need 5 decimal with tight spreads.
Right. Well, the spreads are going to, yeah, but see, the spreads aren't always tight, and your robot needs to be so quick that it's going to jump out there with the, this is why I think it's not going to work in the real world. Your broker's spread dependent, and you've told your broker it's okay to trade with a 2.5 pip spread. That's pretty wide.
Well, on
and there's no way to back test. There's no way to back test the floating spread because MT4.
On MT5 you can. You can test on MT5. MT5 test the variable spread.
It recorded the variations in spreads for the broker?
Yes. MT5 has.
Is that what you're testing your robot on?
No, I can't.
Why?
I can't translate the language into MT.
Well, there you go. Why can't you just build a MT5 bot?
I don't have the knowledge to make it because it doesn't work. Maybe they have installed a plugin about tick charts, tick EAs that don't work for them.
I gotta get to the terminal. I'm on Start Forex looking for the MT5.
If you can recommend me a 5-digit cent account, low spread, I can manage to see the EA performance.
Go to LITE Forex.
LITE Forex.
LITE. Light Forex. They got cent accounts.
Okay.
Grand Capital's got cent accounts. PAX has got cent accounts. InstaForex has a cent account.
But it's widespread.
You ever heard of InstaForex? InstaForex has got a cent account. I think even well, Traders Point used to have one, and XM bought them. I think XM's got
XM with
XM's got cent account. They should.
What spreads?
Well, like I said, that's if you're spread dependent, you're in trouble. In any world, you know. I mean, you just really, like I said, that's the obstacle, you know. I mean, I'd rather have a tight spread and pay commissions. That's what I'm saying. You have a fixed dollar risk. See, spreads as low as 0, but that's only if you're in a fucking insanely low leverage, where you're trading standard lots. Sure, there's no spread on a standard. There's no spread on a standard lot because they're going to charge you commissions. Besides, you're going to have to pay so much when you get stopped out that, you know, I mean, it's like you're paying like you got to run tight. You can't get around reality. I mean, you just can't. You can't short circuit the real world. It's just, I'm looking for the account types here at XM Forex, XM.com.
XM Forex, it has spreads one, but it's not for me, I guess.
I'm looking for the
Yeah, I'm trouble
broker
with spread.
comparison. Here, platforms. Okay, so here you go. Trading. Trading account types. Okay, so your micro account. There's no cent account. Spreads as low as 1 pip, so, but see, that's floating. So. Wait for InstaForex to load.
InstaForex.
See, now I'm trading the euro dollar. So right here, this script I'm running here is the 4-hour euro dollar. And look how much money this is going to make. And it's not even aware of how much money is in the account. You can only imagine if this was doing what your robot's doing. I'm trading here with a 1 pip spread, 4-hour chart. I have an initial 20 pip stop, 10 pip trailing, looking to make 50 pips. This is 2 years of data. And this robot's going to start to get chopped up here. And hopefully it's going to make it back. It's trading a static size of 1.5 standard lots all day, every day, with a money management. Now this is the linear risk. I mean, this is static risk. Now it's going to get killed because the market's going to get whipsawed here. I've seen this play back before. So it makes a ton of money here, and then it gets clobbered. I'm pretty sure these guys have a cent account because they said you need $1 to start trading. That means they have a cent account. Here's the broker I used to have till they kicked me out. I put it in the chat window here.
Oh, the page was not found, so it's the same case.
InstaForex?
No, they're working on their service, maybe.
Oh, I can't copy this address here because they're telling me they're telling me from the United States, so I can't even fucking get to the goddamn page here. I know I'm from the United States.
Maybe you can send me mail.
Look right there.
If you have MT4.
Just look in the chat window of the stream. That's a cent account. They run cent accounts.
Page, the same page was not found.
InstaForex is not found? Are you kidding me?
In English. I don't have access in English here. I don't know why. It's in Russian. Man.
Well, go to the upper right hand corner and pick. Go here.
Okay.
Let me start at the home page here. They keep telling me I'm from the United States. I know that. Yeah, you got to change the language. Upper left-hand corner, go to the British flag. They're so afraid of getting sued.
Page was not found, unfortunately.
Here. Wait, you speak German? Is that it? Can you read German? I'll just send you the German page here. Here, try this. You shouldn't have a problem here.
Gefunden. Yeah.
Can you read German good? There's the German page.
The same. Yeah. Was not found. I don't know.
I'm looking right at it here, right here. Anyway, here's the site. I can get there. Here's German. All I have to do is go to the account types. Let's see here. I can't seem to find the account type.
No, you can check in English. In English.
Yeah, see, here's the English has just .com. I'm just looking for the account type. It's probably at the bottom. To go to the map here.
I need to see the spreads on the center, if it's possible.
Yeah, I'm looking for their, what they're saying about the account type.
No.
I guess I have to try to open an account before they're going to reveal me the types. Okay. They want all this fucking info. I'll ask this chick here. I never have any ugly chicks doing the online Q&A. They're offline. Really? Duh. Yeah, I'll look at this hot chick playing tennis. Using some kind of currency strategy. That's their logo. Look at these guys. Football. What does it have to do with me blowing up my account? All these goobers. Look, here's the FX bot right here. Check that shit out. I think I'll walk over to your trading terminal and do a trade. Have you thought about building one of these robots? Look, there you go. Droid. This thing's, oh God, another delicious looking Russian girl. If you're gay, like, you could hook up with these guys. How about the droid? Wait, she's going to tell me about it.
Instaforex company introduced InstaRobot to wide audience at Moscow exhibition in November 2011. Surely, this robot is far from being called a Forex robot or an expert advisor, one of those robots used in trading. Instaforex robot is manufactured in Russia and symbolizes
is this thing going to give me a head? It only trades Forex?
the development of high tech in this country with a long history.
Okay, you're kidding, right? How much did these motherfuckers put in? Like, not a lot of people showed up for this demonstration. A lot of empty chairs. People like, what the fuck is that? R2D2?
History of science and technology. That's why Instaforex was chosen as symbol of Instaforex.
Look at these people staring at it like it's important.
A Russia-based international company and acknowledged leader in Forex.
Acknowledged. Gotta love that accent, man. It's so thick.
Services. Today, millions of robots are engaged in various.
I love a girl in a blouse like that. That's just she's like sophisticated but naughty. She's got a couple of buttons unbuttoned.
Activity. Robot application domains are increasingly numerous. Robots act as aviators, exploit the seabed.
Oh my God, it's gonna come over and molest her. I want to be that robot.
Assist the car assembly. There is hardly any sphere of activity humans haven't tried to create automatic help.
Now wait a minute. Somebody must be manipulating. There's a guy inside this. She's gonna do a bot? Call me. I'm a human. Call me.
In and currency trading is no exception.
Oh my. She's got nice big hands.
Okay, Bill.
Wow.
I would not recommend you to enter the overbought market.
Uh-oh. Look at the robots calling out a fucking trade.
The trend may reverse.
Robots are likely to become irreplaceable helpers and advisors in the nearest future.
There is it. Now you can open a position of large volume.
Robots can considerably change the lifestyle of people to enable them to spend more time relaxing, creating, and
Yeah, good luck with that robot.
Thank you.
Enjoying themselves.
Kate, could you rather bring me a cup of coffee, please?
By were 5.
Anyways, that's very entertaining. The last stream I did, I had to tear it down because I played some Eric Clapton song, and the new rule is on YouTube that they would just block your video worldwide instead of sending you a mark against your copyright infringement. The new rule is they just ban the you just can't publish it. So hopefully this robot here isn't going to shut down my stream. It's a Forex robot. Really? So there you go. That was robot trading for you. Come here, you. My name's Edge. I wrote this robot. Oh, man. This is too funny, isn't it? Oh, God. Holy shit. What's with that robot, dude? This is the hot chick with the robot. Why is there no ugly girls in these videos? Guy's a fucking robot, man. How about that robot? Can we get a round of applause? Who programmed it? Oh, God. I know. I mean, you don't see any ugly chicks on these advertisements. This is available on YouTube. Oh man, one step ahead. It's the Forex. Always one step ahead. I'm going to put her in a more romantic setting. So I'm going to write a song. It's a soundtrack I wrote for her. I wonder if I can get a job at this brokerage firm. Just to meet her. So this is his robot that's just going to get clobbered if it tries to trade real money, I think. Look at this thing on the 15-minute chart. So what's the story, man? What's the trade? Oh, this thing's not even... Why aren't I getting results here? Oh, here we go. I'm going to fast forward to the end. Okay, it took a little heat there in the beginning. Yeah, I don't know. I'd love to see this thing trade real money, that's for sure. It's better if somebody comes into the Discord and talks. And just can't sit here and talk to space. And then people in the chat window, too hard to have a conversation with lag time. That red bot triggers me, though. Right. Andre Cray. That's why I make fun of other people's trading strategies, because, wait, what else are you going to do, right? The world's just too full of, like, ridiculousness. What kind of stuff is there out there? Let me get, let's free up some memory here. Yeah, I'm sitting in this thing over the weekend in this demo account long. $4 million position. Let's find out how we do this week. I'm slightly long with real money. That's slightly long. I'm still long. Let's take a look at some YouTube bullshit. How to use Fibonacci. Anybody ever watch a how to use Fibonacci video? I know that's a more. This is as controversial as when you talk about level 2 marketing, level 2 trading. Check this guy out. Look at the disclaimer on this shit. You blow your mind.
Hello everyone, and welcome to another video.
Now check this shit out.
And today we are going to talk about Fibonacci time zones. Now, Fibonacci time zones are actually quite a useful tool that I use every single day when I trade. And it's just another way to look at harmonic patterns and decide whether this harmonic pattern, you know, has a higher probability of success. So what it does is it measures out distance, time. And you can actually access it if you're here on TradingView. You can access it over here in this panel, and it's called the Fibonacci time zone. And the way we're going to utilize it is we're going to take the tool and we're going to click right at the X point, right in the candle, and we're going to drag it all the way over to the B point of our pattern. Now this doesn't matter if it's a Gartley pattern or a bat pattern or a butterfly pattern. It's all going to be the same. You move it from X to B. Now we can see that this particular move from X to A to B took much longer than it has from B to C to almost to the D completion point. We're sitting, really close to the D point. And we can see that it's not really balanced out. All right. This move took much longer than this move.
I'll save you the suspense of why this guy uses this. He's not going to take a trade till the market gets out here to his 618. So he's going to undertrade the market. He's going to keep himself from overtrading. A lot of what this harmonic stuff is an attempt, not an attempt. So what's the cause and effect relationship is that if you control your risk and you have good ratios, it doesn't matter where you get in the market to some extent. Because you're making money because you're not over trading it. Because if you're waiting for this 618 or this 2, which is just double with this Fibonacci, you're not going to blow up the account. But listen to this poor guy.
That is not a pattern that I prefer to take. And the reason...
So this guy's not trading price action. He's trading like these idealistic setups, and the good thing that can be said about an idealistic setup is you're not going to overtrade because you're actually under trading. You can undertrade and overtrade. There's a Goldilocks frequency of trading.
The reason is in my back testing, I found that patterns that completed this short between the B and the D point, if it was much shorter than the move from X to A to B, it didn't have a very high success rate. So what I found in my own personal back testing is I like to see the pattern complete somewhere around between the...
So he back tested this, and I don't know what time frame this is. If you try to use Gartley's on a tick chart, you can only imagine how fucking ridiculous that would be.
1618 and the 2.0 fib range. All right, so we can see here at the bottom of the chart we have 0 to 1, 1 to 1618, and 1618 to 2. All right, and if we back it out a little bit more, we even have a 2618 and a 3. And I'm going to go through all these. These are the only ones that I use. I don't go any farther than this. Now, here we have this bat pattern in blue. And the bat pattern, if it completes, before the 1618, there's no way I'm going to take it. It just doesn't have a high enough probability of success for me to warrant me putting real money into the...
Another completely dumb thing to say. Your probability of success is based on how tight your stop is, dumb fuck.
Trade. I might do it on a demo just to see what happens, but I would never actually use live money with it.
How do people end up like this guy? Now, granted, he might be able to make a couple bucks here and there, but backtesting without talking about how tight your stop is? Well, what? Dude, I could backtest with a 100 pip stop to make 200 pips on a daily chart on one currency pair, curve fitted, and go, look at this strategy works. Curve fitting is the biggest factor in your results, right? If you curve fitted to the crash of the British pound, of course it's going to make $1 million. What happens when the market goes choppy and you built a trend bot? I mean, what other industry do you see people building high-end sports cars for consumers that are taking them off-road into puddles that are like 12 meters deep, 12 feet deep? No, because there's actually another vehicle that's designed for that kind of terrain. If the market's slapping around 50 pips every millisecond, it's a completely different environment than if it's just going up 50 pips in 5 hours.
And it's not in my trading plan. So what I would like to see is this.
What happened to this guy's brain? This guy needs to get laid. He's got all these bikinis on the screen. You just have to go. This is chart porn. What the fuck? This is fucking chart porn.
Completion point.
There, I said it.
Be, at least at the 618, mark, if not, between the 1618 and the 2.
I'd rather get out here. Yeah, of course this is more high probability, dude. You really think this market's gonna? Now he's just changed his whole bat. He's got a broken wing now. I always wonder when I see guys move their fucking bat wings around, I'm like, wait a minute. What was wrong with this bat wing? Look at this. Look at this shit. What the fuck is wrong with this guy? This is Marxist trading. Utopian charting. Really? Well, why is this thing not inside of this other triangle? And look at all the data on the screen. You need this much fucking data? You can't see the fucking window of selling here? You got your order block up here. Even ICT would get into this fucking trade. Sell limits up here, maybe resistance. Buying like a whore into this plunge off this wick. Spacing your orders broader in here. Swing trading when the market's telling you swing trade me here. You sell right here at the market for a scalp. Are you nuts? You think this is going to keep pounding north? What the fuck is wrong with this guy?
If it hits 2, that's fine. Look
at this. Look at that. If it hits here 2, it's fine. It's all okay with me, honey. You want to go out and get some candy later? You're already 350 pounds. I mean, I'll pick up some donuts on the way home. The closer you are to death, the better I can hook up with another hotter chick.
All right. This is what I like to see. So
I like to watch people's belief systems as they Rorschach them onto the chart.
We have a balance here. From X to B is the same distance as from B to D.
You got to know your ABCs to trade too. I just want everybody to get a fucking heads up here. You might just build the best robot on the planet, but you got to understand there's people out here that know how to trade this godly shit. Going to trade against you. See now, that's what the guy said in the chat window. In Discord, he says, "Well, the problem with your theory is if everybody thought that trading style worked, they'd all trade that style, and therefore it would kill it, and then you'd be like." We can't trade anymore because everybody's trading the same winning strategy. No, because some guy's trading that strategy on the 1 minute, some guy's trading it on the monthly, and these guys' orders aren't conflicting with each other. So what about the guy on the 13-minute chart? Now, if you go inside of MT5, you can run a 6-minute chart, and you can sit there with your finger on the trigger. You trade every 6 minutes and make a pile of money because your trading system is based on every 6 minutes is down, I buy at the market in an uptrend. You're going to put on more trades than the guy on the 15-minute chart. You're going to scale in bigger than him. It's pulling back, and you're going to see an amazing Gartley on the 8-minute chart that you're not going to see on the 6-minute chart. So, yeah, the Gartley pattern would work, sure. In an isolated situation, sure. You're probably getting for the same reason I'm getting in. Gartley entries are based on getting in here, which is the difference between this point and this point. Okay, you're saying, well, I'm going to get in here. And unbeknownst to the Fibonacci traders, they're using the Fibonacci as a win ratio. If your stop is 38% and you're looking to make 61.8% in the account, that's why you're using Fibonacci. You're not using it because it's telling you where the fuck the turn is. It's telling you, dude, get in the 60% offs. Don't buy 50% off. Buy 60% off. Yeah, get 50% off if you can get it, but have it pending at 60% off. And how about ICT wasn't so stupid as to think 618 was a good discount. He's already got it to 70 on his retrace. I'll buy the 70%. No shit. Optimal trade entry is 70% off. I mean, what the fuck, right? If the weekly range is 200 pips and it's 100 pips down, so I was watching on my net Denya, percent down. And I thought to myself, if the euro's down 1%, I'm just buying because it's down 1%. I don't even have a chart. I guarantee you, if I see a market's down, like Dow Jones is down 5%, oh my God, maybe I should buy 100 shares of some no-name stock and start buying on dips at this point. Whenever the blood in the streets, this is the old blood in the streets you get in. They're smashing the fuck out of the British pound during the Brexit. You can see it drifting up. You don't need to know the news. You can see it smash down, drift up. How about you You want a pure example of an auction? Look at the depegging of the Swiss franc. Falls out of bed at like some weird time, and it was like 3 o'clock in the morning here, some 4 in the morning, and without any warning, they're saying, well, our bank just reset we're gonna do a hard set of our bank. Well, great, and this is another thing. I think they're the only free country left that says we're just going to do that. And of course, it's not a very big country compared to the United States or Russia. United States and Russia, real estate wise, is like fucking insane, right? Little country, Switzerland, like, yeah, we're just going to do. And then, did you see the retracement on that? Now, if you study the retracement of that depegging, that's what you see on a 5-minute chart. Some guy that's in 40 million on this smashed on he loaded in, or he just waited every 6 minutes to pull the trigger on $1 million position with X amount of dollars of risk. Or maybe he put in standard lots, 1 pip, a tenth of a pip apart, and he's got a basket sitting down there. And he's like, dude, when they take it down, stop hunt these goobers on the weeklies. We're buying here with a ratio of 20-1. There's a guy doing that trade. You can see it on the chart. Look on any chart on the daily. Watch them stop hunt the wick by 10 pips and rip back 150 in 3 days. Every currency goes through that. So why aren't people trading that? Because they don't believe that that's an auction entry. They don't believe that's the edge. They don't believe it, so they don't take the trade. Well, if that worked, everybody would do it. Maybe everybody is doing it. Look at the fucking reaction. It's true support and resistance. You know, weekly, monthly. And then, of course, when you're looking at the monthly, when I started trading 8 years ago, I said to my buddy, my tequila buddy, I go, dude, if we buy the euro here, we could ride it up to some crazy amount. And I kept looking on the monthlies, and I said, but if it doesn't go, there was if you go back 7 years ago in the euro, there's this big abyss below. And you're like, holy shit. Then go back to like below par, you know. Forget par, it would just keep cutting through the vacuum below. But trading's a lot of fun, I would say, because of the challenge for your belief system against reality. And of course, this does look pretty, I'll give you that. I mean, these Gartleys, if you're bored, this is the way to go.
All right, at this level. So that's a really good balanced pattern. Now, I will take it, anywhere between the 1618 and the 2.0. If it is
right. So in other words, she could weigh 120 pounds or 110, but as long as she doesn't go over 120 pounds, I think I could take her on a date, at least at the coffee shop.
The 1618, and let's say it's really close, just maybe a bar or two away. All right.
I think what he's trying to say here is maybe she has a really hot sister, so if I break up with her, maybe, the sister's a little younger, actually.
I will still consider it.
He'd consider a twosome if he had to. It's a little immoral, but if he had to keep them both happy.
Taking the trade. If it has, some good...
If it's got enough whips and chains, he's in.
Fibonacci,
Yeah, if you could bring a dish of Fibonacci, honey, could you have Mildred get some more Fibonacci chips?
Completions for your A, B, C, D.
Bring some more Mazola oil too. And hey, could you bring a couple towels? We've already had a little bit of fun.
Pattern, and I have all of my confluence there, and
I can't get some confluence. I'll need some get some a side of confluence.
It coincides with my fundamental view.
And then, of course, could you bring the TV in here, CNN? I got to make sure that the trade I'm putting in isn't going to go against the Tomahawk missile strike.
If there's a lot of structure, major and
structure, yeah. Let's make sure that we got the right price levels. In fact, let's just check that and forget everything else I just said.
Minor structure, I'll consider it. But I still don't usually take it, but there are the rare occurrence that I do.
Okay, so I get in kind of like I'm a discretionary trader, so I get in sometimes on a stupid idea, but like I'm only risking 10% of my accounts. It doesn't really matter too much. let's move on to my Fibonacci time. How to use the Fibonacci time tool, or how to avoid it. Why to avoid the Fibonacci time tool?
But in my trading plan, it states that I only take from 1618, to 2. Now, what happens if it goes past 2? What happens if, I will see patterns sometimes that go all the way out here? Do I still take
it? So no women, no cry. Is that it? Right. Are you allowed to even say that? When the robot's going to glom onto the fact that I'm... Oh, I heard you made a reference of a movie that's famous. You owe us money now. Did you hear about the guy that wanted a pat in the smiley face? Or have a nice day?
Take it. And for me, the answer is yes. I will still take it.
Yeah, Bob Marley is the... isn't he the Elvis Presley of reggae?
Even all the way out here. Where I limit my cutoff is at the 3 mark. All right. So if it pushes all the way out here, I won't take the trade.
So did you just hear that? I love that. If it pushes all the way out there, so he won't be trading. He won't be trading next week. Just let you know. And especially not that price level. He might change his mind though. I mean, you got to love this guy's thinking.
All right, it's gone too far for me.
It's too far. In other words, if she lives 300 miles away, I'm like, you're hot, but dude, price of gas is going to spike. We're probably going to go into a $5 a gallon range. Looks like gold's ready to start merging up. I think, I think that, the fundamental view is, they're coming home to roost. We've printed too much money. Welcome to inflation. Everybody's rich, but nobody can afford anything.
Now, if you back tested it and this works for you, great, utilize it. But what I like to see is,
what he likes to see, not what the market wants to see. You gotta think like the market. I think
somewhere before the 3 and the 2618, and
somewhere between those two things. But he just ruled out this far edge thing because he rarely do that. She'd have to be pretty hot for me to drive that far across town.
For me, there's no...
Okay, and if when I get there, what if her boyfriend shows up, kills me on the way to the 618?
Real number, I just split it between the 2618 and the 3. So if it were to come and complete here, I would take the trade.
Whew. So that's just the party store just outside. In fact, I'd meet you at the party store... because I'm not afraid your boyfriend might be showing up at your old house. I had a girl like that once. She goes, so I took her to this concert and had good seats, She said, pick me up at down the street, right? Because she was in the process of getting divorced.
If it completed, over here, I wouldn't. So that's just me. And, you can write rules. In your trading plan specifically.
Yeah, you could write rules in your trading plan like, sell fucking right now on that 1 hour chart, you dumb motherfucker.
Specifically for what you're going to take. Backtest it.
Who's not scalping that spike right now on some level, just for your ego alone?
Worked for you, fantastic. This is what I take. So anywhere between the 1618 and halfway between the 26.
Do you have a signal service? I can't pay attention to this much triangulation.
The 2618 and 3 is where I take my trades.
I know a guy with an accent I could hook you up with.
If it goes beyond that, I don't take it. If it goes before the 1618, I don't take it. And this just helps me with analyzing my...
With over trading. See, he's not going to blow up this account. I'm going to tell you right now, this guy on paper, you'd be like, this is the argument for, it doesn't matter how you trade, it's how you manage your money. Like, this guy could make money because he's like, well, I got ratios of like, I risk 1 to make 10, and I'm willing to lose. I'm willing to be wrong 40% of the time. He's going to make more money than the guy that's right, that's risking too much. And then somebody's going to attribute his winning to these triangles is just preposterous, isn't it?
harmonic patterns. Is it going to be a successful pattern, or is it going to have much less chance of success? This is what I use. It's just another tool in the toolbox. Just wanted to go ahead and share that with you if you didn't know about it first.
So he just grabs random tools out of a toolbox, and he's like, you know, this might work here. Well, we could use a hammer. Or I could just use the back of this really big monkey wrench, and I could use it as a hammer.
First, and you know, a lot of other platforms have this. FXCM has it.
Yeah, your platform's got to have this, because you just wouldn't be able to fucking imagine that there's a trade out in space in the future for you somewhere. But you've chosen to use Fibonacci so you can make certain that later on down the road, when the price somehow zigzags its way over here, even if it gets here, he's presupposing the entry time and not even like price-wise. Oh, he's going to write it's all about this one price. Like out in the future. Come on. What's this guy thinking? Come on, man. Who thinks like this?
You know, TD Ameritrade's Thinkorswim has.
Thinkorswim. What kind of fucking what how would you name your brokers? Thinkorswim? Thinkordim, more like Thinkordim. How about swim and think? Think and swim. So this is like is this where it's the buddy system? Before you go swimming, think about getting a buddy. In fact, open an account with a trading partner, and that way you can both make decisions. You can trade against each other. One guy's a bull, one guy's a bear. It's perfect. This way you're never wrong.
As it, you know, pretty much most platforms will have this tool. They may call it, you know, something slightly different.
They may call it something slightly different. It's a crowbar. Oh, I just thought it was a straight piece of metal.
But pretty much they all have it. You know, just wanted to go ahead and show you this tool. Go ahead and leave me a comment.
Yeah, thanks a lot, buddy. I mean, I feel safer now.
Or question at the bottom of this video. I look forward to seeing you on the next video.
I can't wait. And so it's just this bottomless pit of info here on the internet. Oh, man. Here's another guy how to use Fibonacci time zone projections.
Ratios are bolded for both techniques. And in this case, they're
edges
all checked.
trading.
And whatever ratios you choose will persist until you change them.
Persist.
The basic technique for using...
You are the most persistent motherfucker I've ever seen trade these markets. This motherfucker, he gets stopped out, he got right back in.
Fibonacci time retracements is to click on 2 points. As with all the Fibonacci clicks, you want to left click on a high, so the display will appear above the bars. Right click on a low, and you get the measurements or the measured projections going forward. If you exceed the last data bar, then you get a projection of both price and time, which takes into account holidays and weekends. So it's always projecting forward the number of trading days. Now, retracements in this case were made from a high-low. This is the measured swing. But retracements can be made from any 2 points. It can be a high to a high or a low to a low. The important thing to keep in mind is that you want your second click to be further ahead in time than the first click. So, for example, if...
What was that? Write that down. The first click's the second click. Wow. I'm trying to get inside this guy's head.
If you're going to measure from a high to a high, you left click to keep the display data above the bars. You left click again ahead in time, and your projections will appear on the chart. And you can move these around if it starts to get cluttered. You can highlight and use the delete key to delete any bars that get in the way. And
Wait a second. Write that down. Joe, he says use the delete key to delete stuff. Joe, I got Joe here. He's helping me. You got it? Okay.
the best way is to get familiar with the tickers that you trade and see what's worked in the past and continue to use that going forward, keeping notes to see what remains most effective, both as to technique, high-low, high-high, low-low, and which ratios have been effective. These are the mechanics of how to use the Fibonacci time projections parallel. And the basic concept behind the parallel projections is that the first two clicks of the measured swing, we're going to right click on a low, we're going to right click on a low, and the third swing, or the third click.
You gotta love this bar chart. See, this is my original introduction to trading, was the bar chart. And here you notice volatility more because there's no emphasis on the open to close here in a Western chart. This is much better to perceive volatility. See how small this volatility is, just trapped in an auction underneath the floor here. Then we go sideways. Here comes the breakout bots. And you trapped a breakout bot here and you trapped one here a little bit, but most of these bots made it. This is why you need about 10 robots trading breakout strategy in here. Same thing here. Low bars, you're putting a hedge on, and small bars. Now here they kicked you out, but if you've got more than one robot, you're scaling out in the big robot, the big target bot with that specific ratio makes money there. Then it makes a ton of money here back. Gets in before that breakout, gets in before that breakout. I don't know what he's trading. This could be a commodity. I don't know what he's trading there, but
Takes the measured swing, uses the proportionality of the ratios you have selected, and projects from that point. And you can place your first two clicks anywhere on the chart. In that case, it was a low to a low. You can go a high to a high, then an intervening low. You could place them from...
See, as soon as you choose different placements, you get different projections. And like I said, if you don't have a trade plan for the projection point, then what's the point of the tool?
say high to a high and a low that follows the last click. Basically anywhere else on the chart. The first two take the measured swing, and the third click places the proportionality of the measured swing.
Would you follow this guy into the woods? Well, we could turn left here, or we could go straight. But, dude, we're starving to death, and we haven't had water in fucking 28 hours. Like, well, we could turn left here. We could go up the street. We could go back down. We could
forward from that point. Or another use is that you can...
Now, what was this guy's day job? Can anybody imagine if you profiled him like a FBI profiler? What kind of job do you imagine he had before he decided to come trade the market? Like, he got enough money to get this software. How did he get this far in life? I wonder what his modus operandus is, right? How does he... Is he an engineer? Is he an attorney? Doesn't sound like an attorney. I'm thinking he's like, he believes, like if you take that THARP test, he believes a kind of a predictive, of course, if he's using Fibonacci, he believes in Mother Nature and that's, if you look at the Nutter's shell and all this stuff and see Fibonacci in nature, it should exist in the markets too.
You can do measure, say, an upswing and then place it further down the chart. In this case, we'll left click here. Oh,
he sounds like he's from Brooklyn. Left click here. I was gonna say he's from like New Jersey.
We'll right click here, we'll left click, and this is then the measured swing.
I keep here in Boston. Where's my car? I parked my car. I wash my clothes.
And we'll place it, say, from one of the most recent bars. And you'll get a time projection that'll go off into the future again.
Well, that's cool. Now that's the romance part of me, the future. I met her here at this coffee shop down here on this swing low. Notice it's a trap underneath this low. Huge auction going on down here. And I have projected time. We should be getting engaged here. We'll get married over here on this date. Well, this is when I have kids. This is when we get married. It's going to be a shotgun wedding because I knocked her up before we got married. Here we'd be having kids over here on the right projection. Fibonacci children.
And taking account of trading, or taking account of holidays and weekends. So you get a projection that falls within the 9:30 to 4 o'clock U.S. trading hours. So this probably wouldn't be very accurate for Forex, which trades outside of the 9:30 to 4 p.m. hours, or most foreign stocks, because it's really geared to U.S. markets.
So what do I do when the price reaches this time zone? If it's up here, do I sell? Or if it's down here, do I buy? Like, isn't the price going to be somewhat important to this trade? Maybe the price right now is the opportunity. Maybe we should be buying here like a whore with a tight stop just to get the party started. Wow. I got to wait till 4:30 a.m. Oh, I can't bear it. We got to get a trade on now.
And the settings, Fibonacci time ratio sets, have all of the ratios you can use with either time retracements or parallel times.
I'm digging this parallel time shit because it's like parallel universe stuff, you know. Like if I fuck up this account, my other account, my real life, on my other planet that I live on, I could just go to that account. That account's completely okay.
And the most commonly used are bolded, and you just check them off to use them, and they'll persist until you change them for this session and for subsequent sessions also. Okay, that's it for Fibonacci time projections.
It's good to know. Let's see if there's any more wackadoodle shit out here. How about this guy? Tips and tricks. Did we already watch this guy?
Hello traders, good morning.
Now we're talking. Listen to this guy. Holy shit. Right out of he's a carnival barker. You know, the circus has been closed in most places now, so I guess the guys are trading, they're trading Forex now.
Good afternoon, good evening, bonjour, bonsoir, mes amis. Guten Morgen, guten Tag, guten Abend. For
I think he's Indian. They speak in that kind of funny, like...
those of you who are new to us, we are the TSTW SYS 008
019er, do you read over?
traders. The title of this video is Fibonacci time.
Oh, I like the way it says Fibonacci. That's so sexy. Fibonacci. I should turn him on to my Robinacci guy.
Zones, tips and tricks. How one can use a Fibonacci time zone for day trading, for swing trading, for position trading, and for investment purposes.
Wow, this guy, man. Wow, I'm in love.
Let's get started. Today is the 6th of December 2014, and the time in London is 44 minutes past 12 p.m. In New York, 44 minutes past 7. Today is Saturday, all right? Happy Saturday to you all. Now, a lot of traders, in the past I received some email from traders. The latest one I received from a TSTW trader, Adele, was asking me to record videos about the Fibonacci time zone. At that point in time, I do not want to record video about Fibonacci time zone because I do not use a lot this trading tool. But the time has come to share with traders few tips and tricks about Fibonacci, okay, time zone. If you have been using Fibonacci time zone, I encourage you to watch the full length of this video where I share with you some of the tips that you can apply that maybe you have not heard about them before. All right, so stay tuned. All right. So Fibonacci time zone. I will not talk about what is Fibonacci time zone. So I will refer traders to YouTube videos. So if you want to know what is Fibonacci time zone, you can check a YouTube video. The purpose of the video is to explain to traders how to use it. All right, use it for day trading, swing trading, position trading, investment purposes. How the professionals are using the Fibonacci time zone. One thing that you want to avoid, traders do not have enough time. Traders hate too much, blah, blah, blah. Traders and investors are looking for things that works. If you can give them that, they are happy. And I don't like to waste the time. I'll give to traders things that works. Okay? It may not suit your trading style, but look at it and see whether it's usable for you or not. So I'm going to go about how we can use it. I'm on the weekly chart, the dollar yen. All right, though I'm using a currency here, currency pair, we can apply this strategy for commodity, for stocks, okay? All right, for any financial instrument. So that's it. So I'm going to pull out my Fibonacci drawing, Fibonacci time zone. I'm using a TC2000 trading software here. All right, and the Fibonacci time zone is based on the Fibonacci number 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, okay, 34, 55, 89, and so on. It's based on the Fibonacci numbers. So another thing, if you want to know about Fibonacci numbers, all right, check videos on YouTube. 1 second, please. I will be with you in 1 minute. Okay. All right. Once we pull out the Fibonacci tool, so you just click on it and let me start again. I will show you. So this is it. You see the vertical lines here. Just click on it. All right, click on it, and then click on the chart. Okay, you will see only one line like this, and then what you do, you extend the line a bit. You see, you put them become one line, but you just extend it. Okay, like this. Okay, and then you will see the Fibonacci time zone. Because you look at the price, then the price is on the vertical side of the chart. Because you know the horizontal line is the time. You see, that's why you see the date. Okay, you see the date is on the horizontal part of the chart, and the vertical part of the chart is.
I recommend anybody that's going to go on YouTube and listen to this bullshit. You're going to need to speed it up because these people don't even know what they want to talk about, so they keep repeating themselves. I might be tangential, but at least I'm not repeating myself, I hope.
The price is set. So those who understand maths and physics.
Dude, you're 4 minutes in this fucker. Would you show me how to make money already?
Understand this, but anybody can understand this. When we are drawing the chart, when the chart is printing on your screen, it's based on the time and the price shelf, okay? So when the price reaches a level, you see the price right here on the vertical side, and you will see when this price level was achieved on the horizontal part of the chart, all right? But the Fibonacci time zone is about applying the Fibonacci ratios to the times instead of the price. You know that when we use the Fibonacci extension and the Fibonacci expression, we are applying it to the price, which means we are applying it to the vertical part of the chart, the price.
All right, get to the point.
Itself, all right? Fibonacci extension, Fibonacci expression. But we can apply Fibonacci extension, Fibonacci expression to the time. So it's when we are talking about Fibonacci time zone, it's about Fibonacci.
He just said that like 8 fucking... Dude, where do I get in?
Apply Fibonacci ratio, apply to the time, all right? So this is it. Now, another thing you want to understand about the Fibonacci time zone is the purpose. What is the purpose of it? The purpose of it is to pinpoint, okay, possible reversal zone. Now, you have to understand the word that I use carefully here, possible, all right? Not a certainty, not guarantee reversal zone. So it's a tool that will help us, okay, that can give us a warning that there is a possibility that a reversal may take place at this point in time. But it doesn't mean that a reversal will definitely take place, all right? So when you're using the Fibonacci time zone, you are not using it as a size, as a mad one.
So it's not going to improve our odds, but we're going to use it. It's just, it doesn't mean, it's like, it's completely worthless, but just for shits and giggles, we're gonna use it.
Plus 1 equal 2, you are using it as a guide, okay, in the messy markets to allow you to make decisions. Sometimes they work beautifully.
Sometimes they work beautifully.
All right, but I want to share with you a few tips. So apart from the theory about the Fibonacci time zone that everybody's talking about, I will tell you a few tips that you can apply to this simple tool to make it more powerful, more effective in your day trading, swing trading, and investment decision. Okay, let's get started. Okay, I'm going to start again. So pick it out. So what I'm going to do, what you need to do is to find, okay, a significant low and high, or two significant high. You can either choose two significant high or two significant low, or either a significant low and a significant high. It doesn't matter which order you choose then. So for these purposes, I'm choosing this low here because it's the first higher low. I was in a downtrend for a long time, and the first higher low is a very, very important, okay, pivot point. So I'm choosing this, all right? Some traders may choose something else. So if you're using Fibonacci, try to go into the mind of other traders, all right? Okay, then I'm going to choose this significant higher low here, okay? So then I'm going to pull out my Fibonacci time zone tool. Right, so here I'm using two significant low, this low and this low. Nothing can stop me to use this low and this high here. All right, so let's move on. So you know which one I'm choosing now. So here you see I'm choosing them. Then I'm choosing my Fibonacci time zone 2. By the way, we can apply, I'm on a weekly chart, we can apply Fibonacci time zone on the hourly chart. So day traders are smiling, okay, on the 2-hour charts, on the 3-hour chart, on the 30-minute chart, on the 50-minute chart, okay. But my recommendation for swing traders, use the weekly chart, monthly chart, and the higher of it, especially the weekly chart. All right. For day traders, you can use it on the hourly chart, 2-hour chart, and daily chart, okay. So I choose this low and this low, and I just extend my Fibonacci time zone here. So you can see put here 0, 1, 1, 2. There are more lines somewhere on the far right.
Now, why the fuck did he pick those two spots? What the fuck is that? It's so arbitrary. What, 2 lows? What the fuck?
Here, all right. Okay, vertical lines. Okay, you see the dotted vertical line. So
why those two out of nowhere?
So 2 points I need to draw my Fibonacci time zone. So these 2 points I choose, and I have my Fibonacci time zone. So at this point in time, the Fibonacci time zone is telling me that, George, when a price arrives in this zone, there is a high chance that we may see a reversal. So I may just, okay, highlight it before the price reaches that level, okay? So what am I looking for? As the price arrives at that zone, remember what we do? We apply a trading dream, and we apply the trading triangle. Combine the technical and the fundamental. Price arriving in the possible reversal zone, not guaranteed reversal zone, all right? It's going to sound that magic about it. Doesn't work all the time, okay? We are trading the price. If the music has changed, it does nothing, okay? You understand?
Doesn't work all the time. Then what's the point?
Belly dancing Indian people, okay? So now, price arrive here, okay?
If it doesn't work all the time, I don't want it. It's just another fucking thing in renting space in my head.
We monitor the reaction of the price at the possible reversal zone. Apart from the technical analysis, we will use Google Finance and Yahoo Finance to validate we are trading for us. We must.
I'd definitely be accumulating in this. I'd be buying every fake breakout down here if I was bullish. I think I'd be bullish because we just went up. Look at this triangle. It's different than this. This is a better trade than this because look at how long this went sideways. Look how violent. So Wyckoff theory is this is the cause. That's the effect. The bigger the cause, the bigger the effect. Look at this triangle here. Don't forget, this is the euro dollar. I mean, this is the weekly weekly dollar yen. Dude, this is like the biggest setup on the planet right here. It's the biggest triangle, really for. Well, if you look at the price of where it's at now, it's weird. This is a distant memory. Yeah, I remember that price.
Factory, the current economy news, and the policy that are implemented by the central bank. All right, to make a long-term decision, a long-term investment decision. You want to buy a hold, you want to sell a hold for investment purposes. There's a difference between investment, okay, and trading. Trading is about catching the fluctuation in the market. The investment is about catching a trend, okay, or a cycle. All right. So here we are. So you want to check, okay, what's going on, and if you receive a valid, beautiful signal, okay, without violating the market pattern, the rising channel, the horizontal market pattern, the declining market pattern, you are likely to, and then, okay, you make excellent decision. You are trading the price, okay. So price arrive here, you're looking for a signal, possible reversal. So the question you're going to ask yourself, what the price was doing before reaching the reversal point, the possible reversal point. The price.
Don't forget the markets are going to open up here in an hour and 15 minutes. So if you're holding something over the weekend, you know, brace yourself.
Was going down into retesting that reversal point. So because he was going down before, the first intention will be to look for opportunity to buy because he was going down. So he went up during the session, but then start going down into the reversal point. Okay? And then traders that are using the chest strategy 08, we look for a clear buy signal. You see here we have a consolidation that was taking place here, and then a breakout, and the price tried to retest it, and then boom. So the warning was given here, but a beautiful signal has happened here on the top of the consolidation session without violating the market. Okay, but break a ball, retest, boom. All right. So the reversal point that we have here. So this time, this warning is quite good. A day trader can also see that there's a consolidation taking place at reversal point. We can position ourselves looking for opportunity to buy on the lower part of the horizontal channel, look for opportunity to sell at the top until the price break out or break down below the consolidation session. So by choosing this point and this point, I have this kind of warning here. There is a possible reversal point. You can see that the price acknowledges this level. Another thing that they must use is to look for key levels. Now, I don't want the video to be too long. I may go into deeper and deeper and deeper, but I want to keep it very short. I have here drawing here.
He basically got in early here, and he had shit his pants for all this time when he could have accumulated at the lows here and built a position either direction with tight stops. But this is the Fibonacci time stuff is just ridiculous. Come on.
How about you see this round bottom here? The measuring stick is this one here, the depth of this round bottom. Okay, so we project it here. All right, and we can also use the half of the measurement that are following what I'm talking about, which is the half of this one here. Okay, it's priced there. Okay, so we project it as it goes above it. The midpoint target is here exactly at that point in time. If I draw another horizontal line at the midpoint target, which is half of the depth of this round bottom, okay, you can see that there's a midpoint target around this possible reversal zone. So when you see the Fibonacci using Fibonacci time zone, look out for key levels. All right, you want to buy at a valid key support level. You want to sell at a valid key resistance level. So once you see a possible reversal zone, look out for the best resistance and support level on the edge. All right, now let's remove it. So this is the way I draw it first time. Let's do it in another way. Okay, so suppose I'm a different trader now. I'm choosing this low and this low. Remember, we need 2 points to use the Fibonacci time zone. So the beginning is the first point that I choose, which is this point here, and the second point I adjust the second line. So I'm choosing this low and this high. I can do that. Okay. Now with that information, so the first one I used was this low and this low. Remember, Right? Now I chose this low and this high. Look what it's telling us. It's telling you again, same zone, almost same zone again, possible reversal zone. But at this point in time, you can see that the price was going up. Always ask the question, what the price was doing before reaching the possible reversal zone. So the price was going up before reaching this possible reversal zone. So at this point in time, we will be giving priority to sell signal in this zone. And this is true, the price went down a little bit. Okay, so when you're using Fibonacci time zone, try to be a little bit creative, a little bit multi-talented. Okay, see it from different angles. So this.
So see the reason why these tools suck. It's going to make you think that, okay, I'm going to take this trade then based on these 2 points, presupposing you set up the tool here instead of off of here, and you went short for a little bit of profit, ignoring the whole structure of this top, the top of this ceiling became a floor in the future perfectly. See, the price level is critical, and for all you know, the last market price pulse was up, right? That's all you know about the market. It's just recently gone up. Could this possibly be consolidation in a very tight range? That's the weekly yen. I don't know if you were trading the markets back here, but I'm sure people were looking left at this giant vacuum, and they were like, holy shit. And look at this breakout. Pull back to the breakout point and take off. Price action traders make more money than a Fibonacci trader. Pure logic. There's not that many Fibonacci entries. So, yeah, you just undertrade the market if you use Fibonacci. You use Fibonacci all you want. You're missing great trades.
This one I'm using this low and this high, I was able to pinpoint this reversal point when the price started going down a little bit. Using this low and this low, I was able to pinpoint possible reversal zone of where we can buy because the price was going down at a point in time. So nothing should stop you to play around with the Fibonacci time. So whether you want to use significant high or significant low, or combine a significant low and another significant low, or another significant low and a significant high, or two significant high. It doesn't matter which order you select them, but it must be a significant. I would prefer to use at the weekly chart, but we can apply this on the hourly chart or any time frame. In fact, for investment purposes, we can use weekly chart, monthly chart, even yearly chart to use the Fibonacci. Okay, the time. So let's see how long I'll be talking to you now. I've got 5 minutes for my normal time. I will have to go over my recommended, self-recommended, okay, 20 minutes. I will have to go because there are more to say. I haven't shared all my tips with you so far. The next thing I want to share with traders, okay? This one, you have not heard about it before. All right? So
anyways, I can't take this guy anymore. So I'm probably going to go back to watching this movie. I'm watching movies from the 70s right now. My nostalgia is pretty high because the world's just so fucked up. Although we had fun last night. We had 7 musicians playing last night. 7 talented people. And I knew I didn't want to turn up my rig because I knew the drummer was going to go nuts. He deafened me. Never play with a physically competent drummer that is over enthusiastic. Yeah, he's just unless you want to go deaf. So if I would have known, but you don't know. In the thick of it, it's kind of like getting a rug burn. If anybody's ever said, well, you know, this is just too good, I'll just accept the rug burn. But yeah. So we did maybe I get the session from the guy that recorded it. Of course, I always want to bring my own recording gear every time to these sessions because the guy that records it on his $100,000 unit never fucking gives me a copy of it. So I think next time I'll bring my own, definitely going to bring my own mics. I just use ribbon mics and go right to sample to it. I go down 24-bit. 24-bit down. I'll use the dual figure 8s XY pattern. Just buy it. Of course, you got to put a lot of gain on a ribbon mic, but yeah, you're not gonna hear the noise as loud as we play. It's like fucking working in the goddamn machine shop with these motherfuckers. So I'm gonna go watch a movie here from the 70s. It just was. I fell asleep watching The Other Man with 1970. It's called The Other Man. I think the copyrights expired on YouTube. So, but if you're a Columbo fan, there's there's like 3 Columbos out there that are still not been torn down. I already got 500,000 views and it's only been out there a month. So I guess it's not much high quality stuff left on TV. For me anyways. So I'm going to go check out the 70s. Welcome to the 70s.